Welcome to Question Barefoot. Have an interesting one here from Susanna in Santiago de Chile, South America. I'm paraphrasing here. Her and her husband, they've been married, in love, a long time. They have 3 children. Recently, he's busy, works really hard. Recently, she's been noticing that she's become aware of the attentions of other men as she's been out and about in a way that she'd never been cognizant of before. It seems to have taken on a significance to her. It made her think that he therefore must probably be doing the same, but being aware of other women and their attentions and so on. And when they do make love, which is something that is occurring with less frequency, she can't get it out of her head that he's probably thinking about somebody else, because she kind of is, and all of that. And she feels, what's the word, torn asunder by it, and wants to know what to do. Well, firstly, my first reaction is, I don't know. Nobody knows what to do, really. These things are the most difficult to negotiate. And it's easy to come off with some triagony aunt sort of advice of, put aside a time, spend time, go out for dinner with each other. You've been probably focusing all your loving attention on your children and not giving each other, and so seeing each other as mother and father instead of lovers, and so on. So maybe go away for a weekend, and so on and so forth. Well, these things are fine, and they, of course, it's going to need time, but there's something else here. And this is that the expectation of the other to only ever be aware of you as an object of desire, and vice versa, is coming from childhood fairy tales, because that's not how it is as well, It's perfectly natural and healthy to be aware of the attentions of other people. The Parisians, for example, it's an art, flirting, and it's healthy, it's good for people. There are boundaries, aren't there? How far it's okay for you or the other to kind of go before you feel that you've committed treachery of some sort, or broken the agreement between you. And there's also the need to, the siren there is somehow, seems to be a good side effect if you're hearing it, because that sense of danger and alarm. There's also the need to be able to be yourself, and you get in a relationship or out of a relationship, you grow, and you don't grow incrementally, you grow in a series of quantum leaps. And who you are now there's more of you than there was back then, or there's more of it comes to realization. And there is a need to be yourself and not have to hide or pretend, as there is for the other. And this is something that is one of the most difficult things to negotiate. But if there could be a conversation that was conducted somehow in this spirit of, I have to be myself, and who I've been is a pretense, really, a little bit, because of trying not to upset you or whatever. And I don't know how to do this, because there are things that I think about that I might want that would be hurtful to you, and vice versa. I don't know how it's done, there isn't one way. But just to have that conversation where the two of you somehow come out from the roles you've been playing into that much more dangerous but potentially rewarding space of deeper authenticity. And it doesn't mean you have to reveal everything, that's not necessary. It's not about being brutal with the other, but to somehow find a way to convey your need for greater space, and most likely you will find that they will feel the same. And there's a great possibility, if you have the intention for it, and your heart is open so that your love embraces him, that this can be an opportunity for an amazing new growth into a new, much bigger, more beautiful phase for both of you. And if it isn't, it will be the transition into a beautiful phase for each of you, maybe not together, anyway. So there is no losing here. There's just sort of shifting. And we have to be courageous about that. And we owe the other as much as we owe ourselves a moment, at least, of authenticity at this stage, I suspect. Well, I'll be interested to hear. You might want to let me know how you play this one. If you have any questions, anybody, make free to send them in. Tell anyone you know who might want to engage in this conversation. And may it all be of great help and service to you. Thank you.